Alright guys, Hazen here, welcome back to the channel for another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. So guys, you'll obviously be well aware, we are, I suppose, still in what people will affectionately call the honeymoon phase of this game, and I've seen a lot of talk. People have been saying the game's super free to play, the game's obviously not free to play. I've even done a video talking about it, but this video is more for our free to play players out there, giving them a little bit of a warning, to be honest. Basically letting you know that when it comes to these things up here, you might want to think about holding on to them. And the reason I say that is because it's kind of become apparent the further I've got into the game that these are pretty hard to come by. Right? You're not going to get them that often, and if you're burning through them now doing your summons, you're probably going to find later on within the game that you're going to start to struggle for summoning for maybe weapons for the likes of young Sephiroth when he comes out, and maybe your favourite character who's either in the game now or going to be added later. Okay, now let me explain. Now, you'll probably say, "Hey Zink, what are you talking about? We get loads of blue diamonds." We actually don't, right? We've had a lot of blue diamonds just now for various reasons, whether it be pre-registration rewards, whether it be milestones like these. If you look in notices, you'll see that every so often we've got these X number of downloads, right? Now, these are going to slow down. If you look here, you can see that we had 3 million downloads on the 9th. In fact, we can go further back. We reached 1 million downloads on the 8th, 2 million downloads on the 8th. Following day we reached 3 million downloads, so nice and speedy. Brand new game, you would expect that to happen. Then it was the 11th, so that was like a few days. Then it was the 13th. Now those are going to become further and further apart, so you can't rely on them, right? It could take us another 4, 5, maybe even 2 weeks. We don't know how long it's going to take to reach 6 million downloads. We might never reach 6 million downloads, which is highly unlikely, right? But it could take a while. So the diamonds you get from that, you can't really rely on them as a regular source of income, right? Other than that, most of your other diamonds have come from the likes of missions and first time clears. Now, I'm relatively far in now, and let's take a look at missions to see what I've still got available for me in diamonds. So let's move down. We can see here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 diamond missions, right? And that's it, they're all gone, right? There's no more diamond missions at the moment. Maybe they'll add more in the future, who knows? But even just by looking at those diamond missions, you can see I've got 30, 60, 90, 190, 290. I've got 290 diamonds available from missions still that I can obtain basically, right? Over and above that, I do have one other source where I can potentially get diamonds from, and those are going to come from Talkable Missions, right? And even there, I don't really have many left that I can access once this actually loads. You can see here that if I go to Talkable Missions, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 left where I can receive diamonds because I've already claimed the other ones. Again, sure, like the other things, we could see more of them added over time, but with the rewards being maybe 50 or 100 diamonds, it's not going to be a vast source of diamond income. Other than that, the other main place where diamonds have come from, and it's where people pretty much see, oh great, look, I've got all these diamonds, I can do summons, they mainly come from these first time clear rewards, right? So these are like first time clear rewards. You don't get them ongoing. Basically, once you've hit them once, that's it, they're gone, right? There is another couple of sources of places where you can get diamonds from early, but they not only decrease, they disappear, right? So if we look here, you can see that these crisis dungeons pay fantastic rewards the first time you do them, right? So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you also get an overall first time clear reward as well, so you get like 900 diamonds from them, right? And if we look, as you move on, you can do harder ones, and we'll go to first time clear rewards. You get 3, 4, 5, 6, plus you get the first time clear reward. So the harder one, you actually get less diamonds for clearing, right? So you get 700 diamonds. These things don't really have additional ways for you to extract more diamond income out of the game, and ultimately that's how you're going to summon, right? Now, obviously, we've got things like events. We can add events to the game, which will give us more access to diamonds, hopefully more ways to summon. But if we look at the most recent event, which is the one that we've got at the moment, Beach Festival Fun, and we go in and we look at the missions, you'll actually see that none of the missions were paying out standard diamonds, right? And if you look at the daily, none of them were giving us diamonds. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not criticising the current event, because we can get lots of different things in here that can help us with account growth, right? And we can also get tickets to summon out of the more generic gacha pool, okay, where you get 10 tickets and you can summon and maybe get any random weapon apart from new featured weapons, which is probably what a lot of people are going to want, right? Yes, you could potentially sit on those tickets and wait until the new weapons are added to the featured pool, but without you having a wish list and without those weapons having a specific rate up, it's going to be very difficult for you to get your hands on specific weapons. Let's be honest, the main way that you are going to get a weapon that you're after is going to be on the banner where that weapon is receiving a rate up, like these weapons are here, if these are the weapons that you wanted. So obviously you can see here, you've got your rate up. The ones you put in your wish list have also got a rate up. While it's still hard to get these weapons, at least you've got a better chance than if you're summoning in here, and you can see that every single weapon has the same rate, which makes it very difficult to actually get what you need. So what I'm basically trying to get at here is, if you are a free-to-play player, or even if you are a minnow or a dolphin who doesn't want to have to constantly be buying these red crystals, you might want to really start thinking about keeping a hold of these and not just thinking, right, I've got to get going, I've got to get summoning, I've got to push on these banners to get as many weapons as I can, because you're not going to have this ongoing source of diamond income. Let's have a look at what actual source you're going to have of ongoing income, right? So let's look at missions, right? So you're going to have your daily missions. Every day you can earn 30, 40, 50. So they're guaranteed. If you do your dailies, you can earn 50 of them a day. Every week on top of that, you can earn, it's 100, right? You can earn 100, right? So daily, you can earn 50. That's 350 a week, right? And weekly, you can earn an additional 100, right? Hang on, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 350. And that's doing your dailies every day. 50 a day, 350. Weekly, you can earn 1, so that's 450. Every day, you can watch 2 of these, okay, which will give you 100 in total. So that's another 700. Add that to the 350, that gives you 1,050 diamonds a week that you can earn, which means that roughly, once you've done all of your first time clears, every 3 weeks, roughly, you can earn yourself a multi, right? Yes, we have things like the season pass. The season pass is going to take time for you to clear through. Completing the season pass, if you're free to play, it won't give you enough to do a multi, but again, that is probably once, if we look here, once a month, right? So you're looking at potentially, if you add this to your weekly income and what you can earn by watching the ads, doing all the rest of it, you might get just shy of 2 multis a month, okay? As we need quite a lot of dupes within this game to actually level up the weapons, you really, really, really want to think about managing this resource, because burning through it all now, you're just going to see things coming up and you're probably not going to be able to get them or go after them because you've exhausted your income. Now, yes, again, they will add more content to the game. That is not something that I'm disputing in any way, shape or form. And from doing that content, you will most likely have more missions popping up and things like that. But the income from gems that you get at that point is never going to be the way it is just now. It's never going to be paying you as much as the game seems to be paying you right now. So here's what I'm getting at. If you're free to play, and you've not gone too far, right? If you're quite early on in the game, maybe re-rolling to get that god roll, right? Maybe re-rolling to get that roll where you get 2 Muramasu's, 3, whatever, you know? Maybe doing that would be advantageous to you. Like, there is people out there who have been dedicated to the re-roll process, and they have literally in their first 4 rolls walked away with a couple of weapons for Cloud and a couple of fairy tales for Aerith. True, it's probably taken them a long time, right? But those players have basically set themselves up in a position where they can potentially go through the story, they can level up the characters, and they can use things like the character specific tokens, the gacha tickets that they get from playing the game, and use them to kind of boost up what they've got in the rest of their team, to help them beat more content, to help them build up stocks of these blue gems, which there's probably some smart players out there that are sitting on sums that are quite vast, who realised very quickly that you're not going to have a steady stream of these blue gems coming in, right? So again, this isn't me trying to like be negative or say the game's not free to play friendly, because you can beat the content, which ultimately I think is probably one of the most influencing factors if you say a game's free to play friendly or not. But let's be real, when they drop someone like the new Sephiroth, you're going to want to run them. And you're going to want to at least try and have 1 or maybe 2 decent weapons so that you can run them efficiently. And if you've basically completely drained all these guys, and then when he comes along from clearing his content, maybe you can earn another 2,000, 3,000 of these blue crystals, you're kind of going to be stuck. So thinking about it now, which for some of you it might already be too late, which maybe I should have made this video earlier, so I apologise. But for people who are now just picking up the game, because let's be real, it's about a week old, there's going to be lots of new players. Be smart with these. Be smart with these. Save them. Don't just do the whole, oh my god, new banner, need to summon. Same here, new banner, need to summon. It's maybe worth your while thinking about long term, saving it, seeing what comes out in the future, and then at that point, hitting the banners for units that you're going to use and hopefully enjoy using and push more content with. Again guys, it's just food for thought, because I think a lot of people get caught up in the honeymoon phase of these games and they think, oh my god, this is fantastic. And then when that income starts to dry up, you're not seeing the same returns with gems that are coming through, and it can make a massive difference to kind of how much you can summon, you know, and it's a gacha game at the end of the day. People want to summon, and you're not going to be able to unless you're smart with this income. Anyway, let me know what you think. I've been Hazing, thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next Final Fantasy Ever Crisis video. Peace.